Welcome back into the den. I'm Tobin. A quick five. My 5 favorite brushes of 2023. Synthetic, that is. These are the brushes that I reached for most often in 2023. First off, in no particular order, other than we're going from shortest to tallest, the T2. I also have the T3, but I found myself reaching most often for the T2. It has a 24 millimeter, not 44 millimeter loft. And one of the things, if you've never used it before or a knot like it, it's got ample backbone, not a lot, but just enough. And I do like the scritch of it. It's a little scritchy. It's a great economical brush. The cheapest place I was able to find it was at the Shave Supply. That's $22.95. No one else comes anywhere close. The closest to that I could find was $28 at Fingerhand. Amazon is $34.99. You can actually get the T3 at the Shave Supply for $28. That is still less than what anybody else is charging for, or the same Fingerhand, right? Is charging for the T2. So the Shave Supply is where you want to grab the T2, 1 or 3. He has all of them in stock at the time of recording this video and at that price. Second, going in order of height, Frank's G5 knot. I have this in 2 handles, and I kind of just reached for whichever one I had out there on the shelf in the rotation. I have a rotation of brushes going. 60 synthetics currently in my collection, with 2 more on the way. I'll do first impressions of those when I get them. This has a 26 millimeter diameter, a 57 milliliter loft. It retails for $20.99. If you use my code Tobin, T-O-B-I-N, at checkout, they'll take 10% off, which brings the brush down to $19.89. I'll profit nothing, but you save 10%. The backbone is more than some synthetics, but I'd still say it's about medium for a synthetic. But I just really love the flow and overall feel of this. It is a step. There's a little less scritch than the T2 or the sovereign fibers of the Trafalgar. I love it, though. It whips up a mean lather. So my second brush in this countdown is the Frank G5 knot in the wet shaving store handle. The third brush, I may have reached for this one more than any other. I really, really love this brush. The Astraeus from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. The knot, it's not that big, but it does a killer job. It's a 22 millimeter diameter with a 55 milliliter loft. So that's a pretty high loft. They call it the Micro Super Future Fibers. This is the only handle that has these fibers in it, and it's replicated after, oh crud, I can't think of it. I got a screenshot though right there for you. It's an Ever Ready. Anyways, that's it right there. And so it's like the flow on this and the water and the heat retention, I think it's fair to say, is better than any other brush that I have in this countdown. Super soft. You got, again, about medium backbone. And for the $19.95 or whatever, you're getting a great deal. All the Phoenix brushes are absolutely amazing, but I was reaching for that one again and again. It's one of their newer brushes, which is also part of the reason I was reaching for it. But I just really, really love the fibers. The look of the brush, I mean, it's slick. It's got that old school feel to it, look to it. And I really enjoy using it. So third, the Astraeus from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Fourth, again, a Frank's knot. We have this in 2 different handles. I was really reaching for this one the most, but I also wanted to talk about it in this handle as well. This is the Frank's G7 knot in a Sawdust Creation Studio handle. For $65 on average, you can get a one-of-a-kind brush from Bobby. All these other brushes are mass-produced. This one is mine. There are none else like it, kind of deal, right? So that's what's super cool. And so with this one, the knot diameter is going to be the same, but depending on how you have it set in the handle or how Bobby sits it in a particular handle, the loft can vary. But it is a 26 millimeter knot, and the backbone, the way that he has it set in this handle, I absolutely love it because it's a little more than medium, and the flow, the density, everything about the G7, it's just fantastic. So for about 65 bucks, links will be in the description for all these. This is the bulb. The shape is called a bulb. That's what Bobby has. Andy at the wet shaving store has the same knot, except for it's the fan. This one isn't packed down into the handle quite as tight as my one from Bobby. And again, with this one, if you use my code at checkout, this one retails for $22.99, so a little bit more than the G5. And you also get the G5. Bobby has the G5 knots as well. $22.99 takes 10% off. That brings it down to $20.69. So, you can get a one-of-a-kind handle. And this is probably the one that I reach for the most, like I was saying. But still, the G7 in this handle is fantastic. But number 4, the G7 knot from Frank's in the Sawdust Creation Studios handle or the Wet Shaving Store handle. Fifth, and the largest brush in this countdown, the Atomic Rocket from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's a 26 millimeter swab knot. That's what they call it. It's a Plisson type. Oh, it smells really good. I think I used Diver Down with this last. The loft on it is 63.5. That is super high. The handle itself is huge. I think the overall length is 5 inches. Just a big handle. If you got big hands, this is a great brush for you. A few years back when this brush came out, Plisson types, were kind of like the new thing and all the rage. I really feel like this swab knot still stands the test of time with all these that are still coming out on the market today. The flow is just absolutely amazing. It releases the soap, but at the same time, it's not like it just flops out. A lot of times, different synthetics, you can flop that out. You can get it to flop out, but I'm impressed, and I continue to be impressed with this brush. In fact, I have 3 of them. I love the Atomic Rocket, and I will always reach for it year after year. I hope to do this countdown again next year. I got a couple more countdowns for you guys. Some things that I put into play during 2023, and I got behind on videos because of that storm and different things putting me behind. That's my top 5, and yeah, I'm curious to see what brushes I'll be using throughout this year. So far, to the beginning of this year, it's still these guys. But like I said, I got some more coming, and I'm on the hunt for some more brushes for the new year. I love brushes. I really do. Got over 100 now, 60 alone, synthetics. When I get my 2 new ones, that'll put me at 62. I have an addiction, and there's no help for me. So there's no 12-step or anything like that that's going to fix it. The only thing that's going to fix it is my next shave. You guys take care. Thanks for joining me here. It's the little big things, like knowing what you like and liking what you and loving what you like. Something. Bah. Take care.